Alert! Whales are manipulating Bitcoin's price. They're trying to scare you. They don't want you to know what's coming because this and a lot of other good stuff like this are actually closer than most people realize. More people need to see today's video. Smash the like button, subscribe to Altcoin Daily for daily crypto videos keeping you informed. In the short term, one thing is clear. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt continue to sweep not only crypto, but all markets. World War III seems like a real possibility unless Trump can somehow make a deal. But I don't know. Take a look at this clip. What do you think about all this? Do you think global tensions are about to escalate?
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict. Say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States, and your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing.
What most people don't realize is that a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve in some form is very likely to happen. And when this does happen, price will go much, much higher. Hey, Altcoin Daily Nation, you need to sign up for the Bitcoin Reward credit card by our partner Fold. Reserve your spot today. Only so many waitlist spots are being accepted. This is US only. This is the most baller way to stack Bitcoin. You whip out this nice metal Fold credit card and you earn real Bitcoin. Use my link below and get on the waitlist immediately. See, whales understand this. Anthony Pompliano explains this and what to expect when this does happen.
Earlier this week, I caught up with Robinhood's co-founder and CEO Vlad Tenev. He said it didn't sound like we're getting a Bitcoin reserve this year, but we may get a stablecoin regulation. Do you think we get a Bitcoin reserve?
I think we'll get both. Stablecoin regulation is going to be very important. I think we will get that. But I also think that there's very different forms of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We can hold the 200,000 Bitcoin that we have and just say, hey, we're not going to sell it. Technically, that'll count. I don't think that's what people want. I think people want the United States to go and buy Bitcoin. And the question is, what is that process? Can it be done through executive order, or are we going to have to go through kind of the legislative process, which will be much harder and may not happen this year?
Bitcoin reserve, where does Bitcoin go?
Much higher, much higher. Yeah, I mean, look, anytime that you look at kind of these new pools of capital entering into the market, usually there is some initial, buyer that provides career cover for everybody else. So you saw Paul Tudor Jones and Stanley Druckenmiller do this in 2020. They came out and said, we own Bitcoin. Every portfolio manager on Wall Street could then go buy Bitcoin. When you saw BlackRock and Fidelity come out and say, we're going to have an ETF, every single financial institution, they're in the game. If the United States of America starts buying Bitcoin, every country in the world now has the cover to go and do it the same. And so it's not just a U.S. story, it's going to be a global FOMO story, and I think that pushes the price much, much higher.
Keep in mind, believe it or not, this is actually a very healthy correction and something that's actually normal and nothing new for Bitcoin bull markets. See, of course things are manipulated. Whales are going to try and push price down as much as possible. In my opinion, market structure isn't broken unless Bitcoin spends significant time under 65K, under 70K, the last cycle's all-time highs, but truly, Bitcoin's like a beach ball in the ocean right now. Whales know this, and it's actually good that this is happening all at once. We can get one big flush out, one big capitulation, and personally, I believe this is a great buying opportunity. See, Bitcoin insiders understand exactly what's going on. They understand whales are playing whale games. Most people are worried, and that's by design. Anthony Pompliano explains what most people don't realize.
Well, I don't think that people should really be that worried, right? If you go back and you look at the 2017 bull market or the 2021 bull market, historically we see anywhere between 4 to 7 drawdowns of 30% or more. And so really what we're seeing is just what has always happened. Bitcoin is a volatile asset. That's what people are buying. It's buying volatility. So if you want Bitcoin to go up, you've got to be okay with it going down sometimes. And these kind of cooling off periods or these consolidations are very natural.
Binance's CEO, Richard Tang, has been on fire on X. He thinks this is a tactical retreat in prices. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, look, I really don't think that anyone should be worried whatsoever. Like, if we go back, on November 1st, Bitcoin was $69,000, right? So we're up since the election. But you wouldn't know that if you go and you look at the sentiment online. Everyone loves to kind of freak out. But if you also go and you take a look at other assets, gold is down, stocks are down, right? This is a global liquidity conversation. It's not a Bitcoin-specific thing. Bitcoin just happens to be the asset that is most sensitive to global liquidity. And whenever you get that sensitivity, if liquidity is contracted, contracting, Bitcoin will go down. When it's expanding, you're going to see Bitcoin rip to the upside.
So whales understand that this is all about global liquidity. Understanding global liquidity, we could actually see a price recovery that will be swift and violent to the upside. Because also understand that Bitcoin, crypto, this technology is revolutionary and not going away. Senator Cynthia Lummis is spearheading pro-crypto regulation, including the big Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill, and basically, she's educating Congress on all of this. I love what she says here. Pay attention.
Let's get to crypto, Senator, because you're in New York City today for the Bitcoin Investors Conference. You'll be on several panels later today. I understand last night you bought drinks at a Bitcoin-themed pub key bar. But listen, you paid in cash. Why? How about Bitcoin?
Well, because I spend dollars and save Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an asset that's growing in value, and I know it's volatile. Its short-term volatility has been in existence since it has been in existence. But in the long term, it's growing in value, where the US dollar is by design debasing. Every year, the Fed has it designed so it inflates 2% or more. They try to keep it around 2%, but they can't. And so the US dollar is always declining by design.
Yeah.
And so the scarcity of Bitcoin, the fact that 21 million will only exist in all of time, gives it that certainty, that stability, that scarcity in the long run. And there will be short-term volatility, but over time, as it becomes more ubiquitous, it will become more stable and more valuable.
I like that. I like what you said. I'm spending dollars, but I'm saving Bitcoin.
So as far as future catalysts go, we actually have 3 big pro-crypto legislation bills or catalysts on the horizon.
So we're working first on stablecoins, then we'll move to market structure, and then hopefully to a Bitcoin strategic reserve.
But in reality, for us to get past this point, for us to go higher, all we really need is time at this point, and Bitcoin's price will recover. I believe that. I love what this reformed hedge fund manager, Wall Street and Bitcoin expert, James Lavish had to say. I 100% agree with his framing of the market here.
Joining us now to talk more about all things crypto is James Lavish, co-managing partner of Bitcoin Opportunity Fund. James, so what's the catalyst that gets Bitcoin moving higher again? I mean, are there specific key kind of regulatory changes you're waiting for, James? Could that be it?
No, I think that you do have a lot of headwinds. You've got a number of tailwinds that have kind of accumulated over the last year and a half between the new GAAP accounting rules, SAP 121 being overturned. You've got the ETFs and the ETF options. You've got the new administration. You've got the possibility of a Bitcoin reserve, strategic reserve. So all of those are tailwinds. And those will incrementally just give Bitcoin that lift or that support over time. But is there any one thing that I'm looking for? No, I think that what I'd like to see is just a capitulation and get this worry and this risk-off trade out of the way, and then that would be that time to that's the time to step in. Once you have everybody feeling that sentiment being perfectly negative, that's the time to step in. We're getting close, I think.
Guys, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We put out 1 video every day, keeping you informed. We will get through this. Still hugely bullish on crypto. See you tomorrow.